I'd like to ask you to think about an article of clothing that you're wearing right now. And what we're going to do is try to trace that article of clothing back to its origin. So, shirt, where was the store that you bought it from? Think about the factory maybe where it was made. And let me give you a little hint here. Most of our clothing made in America, 98% of it is made offshore. So chances are that factory wasn't in America. Let's trace it back a step further. Before that, maybe something was it was spun into yardage at a different factory, and that spinning or that yarn was made from some sort of raw material somewhere. Was it plant or was it animal fiber? If you don't know the answer to that question, you're in good company because many Americans actually do not know the origin of the clothing that we are wearing. But I will give you a little hint here. Probably what you're wearing is neither plant nor animal. 63% of our clothing is actually made of petrochemicals. That's oil. And oil does not decompose. Oil actually is made into our clothing, our plastic clothing, our synthetic fiber, and that fiber breaks down into plastic microfibers and pollutes our waterways, our soils, even our food and the water that we drink. And this is awful. It's a terrible situation. And what we want to do is we want to create a new origin story for our clothing, something that is traceable to Cleveland, Ohio. And we're going to plant a seed here for solutions, and we hope that by the end of this pitch, you'll be ready to plant those seeds with us.
And we don't expect the grant is going to fund a local textile industry, but what we are hoping to do today is to grow an understanding that will build momentum towards that end. I'm Sarah, and this is Jess, and we co-founded the Belt Fibershed in 2018 to do just that. Now you might be asking, what's a fiber shed? Well, like a watershed or a food shed, a fiber shed is a strategic geography, but it's a strategic geography that clothes you. So it's where you produce the fibers that are creating garments and textiles, things like wool and alpaca and linen. It's where you produce the plants that create the beautiful botanical colors that can color your outfits. It's where we employ the people to do all of this work. And our fiber shed is within 250 miles of Cleveland. And we work with folks in all parts of that supply web to help localize the textile economy.
And this is flax, and flax is linen, and this is linen. And virtually 0% of linen is grown in America today. Now we have a unique opportunity here in the Great Lakes climate to grow linen, to grow flax for our linen industry. But what we need before we do that is community. We need to instill a sense of eco-literacy in our citizens. We need to connect our community members back to the land and its gifts. And we want to give our citizens the opportunity to be a part of stewarding our land, as well as a part of building a textile industry. Now, we've grown linen for the past 2 years here, and through that project, we've had the opportunity to partner with a group of people in our nation who know how to grow flax and talk about the viability of linen as an industry in America. And it's there, but what we need to do is we need to put this in the hands of our citizens. And that's what we want to do with this project. We want to literally take seeds from the flax plant and put it in your hands so that you can grow flax in your gardens, in our school gardens, in vacant lots across the city, so that we can garner more of a connection to our land and our material sources. And throughout the growing season, we will be providing resources for people to understand not just what growing flax is like, not just to understand when to seed it and when to harvest it, but really to understand what regenerative gardening is like, what it's like to take care of our land and to understand where our clothing comes from. That's what we want the output of this project to be.
And this is obviously only just a beginning. This is just a seed, but we see this seed as a way to get to something a little bit bigger, to be a part of the story of Cleveland linen, a story that not only helps with the local health of our citizens or with the local economy, but with something bigger. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And we can see that as we are working with understanding more about our materials and where our materials come from, that this will help our whole community to be better connected to our community and to our earth. This is the start of a seed of opportunity, and we hope that you will help plant that seed with us. If you're interested, please reach out.